You may not think blackface is still with us today. You've seen the garish images of white people painting their faces with burnt cork or grease paint a century ago and dancing around or cracking jokes, and you think, God, how could they think that was okay? Thank goodness we're past all that now. But are we?
Don't play with that girl, because she is not one of them. Yeah.
I'm Dara Starr Tucker, and this is The Breakdown. This practice has received an update in recent years with the onslaught of white influencers using artificial means like tanning spray, bronzers, makeup, Photoshop, and even plastic surgery to darken their skin or change their features so much that they appear to be black or biracial. This can extend to hairstyles like do-rags, box braids, cornrows, and afros, and clothing styles that represent strong cultural markers within the African American community. Add to that the adoption of the so-called black scent to mimic the speech patterns of someone from the inner city.
Popeyes, thick thighs, I make it rise.
Not a damn thing. Now go on somewhere with all that.
And you may start to understand why this can come off as trying on blackness like a costume. Basically the whole idea of the blackface of old. This has become so common that there's now a term for it: blackfishing. It was coined by hip-hop journalist Wanna Thompson, and it's a portmanteau derived from the words blackface and catfishing. The problem with so-called blackfishing is that these aesthetics and behaviors are generally seen as low-class or undesirable when the black community engages in them. But as soon as a well-known white influencer or celebrity decides to make them fashionable, suddenly they're all the rage. Styles like Bantu knots, cornrows, or box braids are what are known as protective styles for black hair. They are often necessary to keep the hair in its healthiest state. Black people made them fashionable over time because, well, that's what black people do. But to see them co-opted for unearned street cred by the very people that shunned you for wearing them is the height of hypocrisy. But it's not just a slap in the face. It carries inherent exploitative properties as well. The pain that a little black girl experiences when she's made fun of in school for the size of her lips is minimized when suddenly dozens of Instagram models are getting tons of followers for getting collagen fillers in their lips. A young black man wearing locks and a do-rag is followed around the store because he looks like a criminal. Meanwhile, a white singer from the suburbs of Toronto does the same thing to shed his teeny bopper image and increase his edge. The truth is, there's a long history of black people having their images, their speech patterns, and aesthetics, even their history, co-opted and exploited, while others find a way to profit from them. It isn't that far from what was going on 100 years ago. It's just been updated for the 21st century. Many people of that time scoffed at the idea that blackface could be seen as degrading or damaging to black people. To them, it was just good, clean fun.
The minstrel show, the wholesome and fascinating form of entertainment which has been used in churches and schools and clubs all over the country for many, many years. So because minstrelsy means good, clean fun and wonderful music, we continue in the spirit of all good minstrel shows with the greatest of dignity and respect.
Is it possible that this kind of appropriation will also be looked down upon in a generation or two?